Good morning, YouTube. My name is Will. The big one is Enzo. The little one is Lotus. Okay, we are heading home from the park. It was a new park for Lotus. Did a little training. Yeah. We are heading home. We're going to discuss what all is going on with the Evo. Roundabouts have come to America in full force. Fun fact, I'm pretty certain they were invented here, but perfected in Europe. Not sure why this guy's looking so weird at me. You think they're just waiting for that final letter to go out so they can just get a whole new sign? Okay. Let's talk about what's going on with the Evo, because it has been a month. There's a few reasons for this. So the main reason is, apparently, aside from my wife, I too drive too fast, because that is a lot to do with why it's taken so long. If you haven't been following these videos, you may want to go back and look at some of the old ones to see kind of what's been going on. Basically, the Evo's at the shop again. I'm just getting a check engine light, kind of like a detonation, misfire type thing. I took it back up the day after Thanksgiving. Today's December 19th. I haven't gotten it back yet. I think we're close. Been a couple of reasons. One is I didn't have an appointment or anything. Yeah, they had been working on my car, but they didn't even know it was coming back till they showed up to work the next day or that Monday, and there it was. Aside from that, I do know they were out of town for a few days, not only because of the holiday, but they work in the shop in Cincinnati. They also work in the shop up in Wakeman, so there's a lot of back and forth with that, and they've been transparent with me with that as well. The third thing, Lotus, the third thing comes down to the title of this video, and that is, apparently I drive too fast. So I took it up there. This time I didn't clear the check engine light myself. I took it up there. Oh, that's a better toy, I guess. Took it up there with the check engine light on so they could see that I wasn't crazy. He could not reproduce that. I gave him permission. I said, just daily it, like use this car daily. Make this work. Make it fail for you. Drove this thing for days without any issues whatsoever, beating on it and everything. I mean, not, but you know, driving it spirited, you know, how I would and so forth. Not babying it or anything. Couldn't get a single check engine light to come on. So we talked, and I was at a point where I was like, well, I guess I'll come get it tomorrow. This was a couple weeks ago, or a week ago or something. And he said, you know, I'm going to take it home one more night and see if anything can happen or anything. And he did. Nothing happened. We were talking that morning, just kind of going back and forth. He decided to take it out one more time. He went out on the highway, which, I mean, he'd been on the highway a bunch of times, but really, like, went for more of, like, a high-end run with it. And then he finally got it to happen. So he called me back and said that basically he can reproduce it at speeds 85 miles an hour and above. So all those times in Mexico, when you're driving, that's when I was getting the check engine light, or it was related to that. It would come shortly after that, which is funny because right around that same time, my wife got pulled over, and that's in another video. You can watch that. Anyways, that was good. We had a check engine light. So he started working through some different things. That was over the course of several days, got all that sorted out, and was happy with it. Couldn't get the check engine light to come back on. Everything seemed fine. However, when we were talking, he mentioned that he felt just like a slight hesitation. He wasn't even sure if he was really feeling it. It could just be his imagination. But he wanted to drive it just a little bit more, and I said, that's fine. You know, drive it till you're sure. We talked the next day. He said, yeah, I'm definitely feeling a slight hesitation. You got to figure it's probably related, but you don't really know for certain. It's very isolated. It was only like when the car was cold. I forget the scenario, but it was very isolated. It would sometimes do it one time, and he could never reproduce it on a drive. He could only ever get it to do it like once on a drive. I was like, you know what? You're familiar with the car. I don't want to take it back, and then if it keeps doing it, I got to bring it back, and then it's kind of like, all right, remember this was, you know, let's just keep going with it at this point. We're on this train wreck this far. We might as well just keep going. So that's where we're at. It's been a few days. I actually just sent him a text before I started this video, so hopefully I'll hear something back. I could call him or anything, but it's not, you know, I'm not going to bug them or anything. I mean, he's good about calling me when he's got updates, so I'm assuming he probably doesn't. And obviously my car's not the only car they're working on. Hopefully he'll have something for me. I was actually hoping to have it back by this weekend. I've got to go out of town and do some things. I was hoping to be able to drive it again. Don't know that it's going to happen. Today is Wednesday, so I wanted to give you guys an update, let you know what's going on. I know I kind of did an update a couple videos ago. This one was very Evo specific. For like the next, I don't know, 60 seconds or so, I want to talk about something else. Chances are, if you're watching this video and you've watched it this far, then you actually care about this stuff. So with that being said, we're going into winter where I live, which is Cincinnati. It's like 26 degrees today. Hence the warm drink and warm clothes. As I mentioned before, this has been my first year of really giving YouTube a lot of focus, and I want to continue that even more so next year. I'm thinking about January, February, in that range. I mean, that's going to be our worst months where it's just terrible weather. I want to take that time to answer a lot of questions that you guys have. I mean, it could be about me or whatever, but specifically what Evo questions you guys have. If you guys are looking to buy an Evo, if you guys have an Evo, I mean, just whatever. A couple of you guys have thrown me ideas, and I do actually have them written down. They're in a note file on my phone. I am going to cover those. Some other ones I was kind of kicking around is actually going through the process, trying to find a car, going more kind of nitty gritty into some of the details. A lot of times I stay more high level, but we could actually get more detailed, specific. If that's what you guys want to do. I was going to do a more in-depth on the final edition. I was thinking of doing a more in-depth on the special edition, the SE models, stuff like that maybe you guys would have some interest in. For myself, and I think a lot of you viewers prefer it to be Evo related. That said, if you've got FJ questions, you can ask those. If you've got Focus ST questions, you can ask those. You can look at the list below this video of all the other cars I've owned. It's been a couple Mustangs, a couple other Evos, Civics, Lexus ISF, Lotus. If you take that microphone, oh boy. Oh, let's complete the ensemble. This is Rally, short for Rally Art. Leave those below. Comment your questions below, because I am going to make a list. They're going to be more kind of like this, although this is like terrible lighting, but more like just indoor, kind of having a conversation type videos, but very information heavy. Comment below with all those questions that you wanted to know. I'd like to get anywhere from 20 to 30 of them to get me through the winter. I need at least that many. So let me know as soon as possible on this video. You can comment on other videos as well. This should take like 5 minutes to record, and we're currently at 14. So with that being said, I am going to end this video here. Like if that's your thing, subscribe to follow along with the Evo progress, hopefully here in the next couple days. Other than that, if I don't get another video up before Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. I think Hanukkah's over now, if you're Jewish. All those good holidays. Happy New Year, and I will see you guys in the next video. Say bye. Say bye. Lotus. 40 off. I'm trying to shoot a video. Do you care?